Hello students, welcome to part 12 of how to program the video game Dog's Dinner using Scratch. So we've added flying donuts, so let's add a number of fixed traps on the levels. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to paint a new sprite. So let's click on the paintbrush in the sprites list, paint a new sprite. Okay, so we're not going to do anything to the sprite quite yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to build the scripts first and then build the sprites after. Okay. All right. So the first thing we want to do is we want to rename this sprite. So from the sprites list, click on the eye, and we want to name this hazards. Okay. So these are other obstacles or enemies that we need to avoid. Okay. And then click the back button. All right. So our new sprite is now named hazard. Okay. So let's click on scripts. Let's click on the scripts tab, and let's build two small scripts. So we're going to start with two headers like we have in the previous videos. Okay, so the first one is always going to be when I receive the setup message. When I receive the setup message, I'm going to go to the looks blocks and I'm going to go switch costume to, switch costume to, and then I'm going to go to the data blocks and I'm going to grab a level block and put it inside the switch costume to. Switch costume to level. Then I want to go to the motion blocks and grab a go to XY, and I want to center it. So let's put the X value of 0 and the Y value of 0 so that it appears in the middle of the stage. Okay? All right. So go to X0, go to Y0. So the second script is going to be when I receive the start message. The start message, we'll go to the control blocks and we will wait until. So this is the collision detection part. Okay, so wait until. Let's go to the sensing blocks and let's grab a touching block. Wait until it is touching the player block. And unfortunately, when you run into the player block, we're going to go back to events and we're going to broadcast the message game over. Okay, make sure that this is set to game over. Okay? Okay, so we've got the scripts for this sprite. So now let's create the sprites. So let's go to costumes. So we're going to need three different costumes here. So we've got costume 1, which is blank. So I want you to click on the paintbrush here where it says paint new costume and click on it. So now costume 2 will be created. And then let's click on that paintbrush again and then we should have costume 3. So we want three different costumes. So let's go back to costume 1. Okay, costume 1, I've clicked on costume 1. Okay, so over here above the paint editor, we have an add button. So this is a new feature that we've never used yet. So let's click on add. Okay, and then I want you to scroll down and we're going to look for a sprite here called Cheesy Puffs. So where are they? Here they are, Cheesy Puffs. Okay, so remember our dog does not like junk food. So we're going to click on Cheesy Puffs and then load that sprite. So let's click OK. All right, so the first thing I want to do is don't click outside of the Cheesy Puffs. I want to click on a corner control point and I want to shrink it down by quite a bit. Then I want to grab it and I want to place it roughly in this position in the paint editor. Now we can adjust that later, but I'm going to click outside of it. Okay, and that's the position I want to put it in. Now, if you need to move it again, you can click on the select tool. You can drag a box around the Cheesy Puffs and it should let you move that sprite. Okay? All right, so now let's click on costume 2. So I'm going to click on costume 2 and then I'm going to add. So let's click on the add button at the top of the paint editor and I want to scroll down and I want to look for cake A. Cake A. So I'm going to click on cake A, click OK. And I'm going to resize it. I'm going to make it quite small, about the same size as the Cheesy Puffs. And then I want to move it into position, roughly into this position. Okay, now in the next tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to fine tune everything, so it doesn't have to be exact right now. So I'm going to click outside of that, and then I'm going to click add again, and I'm going to go down to cake A. I'm going to click on cake A and click OK. So for costume 2, it's actually going to be 2 different cakes. I want to shrink it down to the same size as the other cake. And then its position is going to be underneath the first cake in the lower half of your screen. Right there. Okay, and then click outside of it. And then we're going to go to costume 3. And then we're going to click on add. So make sure you're on costume 3. I'm going to click on add. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to get cake A again. And then click OK. I want to resize that cake. And then I want to position it towards the lower left hand corner of the paint editor. And then I want to click outside of that. Okay, so again, we'll check the position of these obstacles in the next tutorial. So at this point, let's go to File, Save Now. Okay, so this concludes part 12 of the video game project Dog's Dinner. Thanks for watching. Bye.